Man, there we go. So as promised, I'm on here today to do the second live for the community group, and I was going to do it last night, but I got caught up with work and training, and I'm literally just back in from a run just there. So I'm dedicated to building this up and really just kind of supplying you with the knowledge and all the tools so you can make the best decisions possible. Now, in today's live, what we're speaking on specifically is the comparison trap, right? Why you maybe feel behind, or maybe you're caught in a cycle where you're constantly comparing yourself to other people, and how we really navigate through that. And make sure you check out my recent video that I dropped in the Facebook group today, and I spoke on some key points and pillars that we need to understand and utilize. So the notes that I got that I wrote down specifically for this, I've got about 8 or 9 bullet points which I'm literally going to run through on the comparison trap and why we maybe compare ourselves to other men and how to navigate through it. Now, the first thing is you have forgot your own story. You have lived your own life, you've had your own challenges and your own adversity. When you're comparing yourself to someone else's life, you're basically saying fuck you to yourself, because you've literally just neglected and forgot about your own story. You've had your own challenges, you've had your own adversity, and you're the only one who's lived your own specific life. So it's pretty pointless to compare yourself to someone else's life, because they've not dealt with the cards that you've dealt with, and vice versa. So you'll never know someone else's true story. So there's no point comparing, really. So you need to knuckle down and know the place you've came from. You have to understand fully the changes that you've made as a man, as an individual, and all the pain you've had to overcome, and give yourself fucking credit for that. And if you can do that and really mold your mentality around that, then you're going to put more emphasis on yourself instead of putting emphasis on other people. Now, again, the second point I've got here is if you're always comparing yourself to other people, how they look, their success, if they're doing well in business, whatever they're doing with your life, you're basically doing, or you're being in a state where you're ungrateful. When we're in an ungrateful state, we miss the fucking blessings that we have in our life. Meaning the simple things, your family, your friends, your job, your work, right? Or the big goals that you've accomplished, right? If we cannot be grateful for our current circumstances, our current life, our current results, we can never lead our own life, because we're living in some sort of fantasy world where we don't actually understand what we have or what's truly going on. Now, from my personal experience, you can never find joy, find peace, right, in the simple things or in the things you have if you cannot be grateful for them. So all I need you to do is sit back and be fucking honest with yourself and really reflect. What are you grateful for in your life at the moment? This isn't some iffy whiffy pish. This is some fucking hard-earned mentality that's going to save your life if you dive deep into it. And if you want to stop comparing yourself to other men, then this is the first gate that you need to walk through, or the first door you have to walk through, is stop being ungrateful for your life and understand fully your present circumstances and what you actually have. Because once you fully realise that, man, I guarantee you, then you can start to build on better things. Now, the third thing is do you really know who you are? And in every video I do, I'm always going to speak on this, is really find out who you are right down to your core. Again, if you're comparing yourself to other men, it's because you have not looked in yourself enough to know your true, real, authentic self. When you're living from that state and you're living from your authentic place, and you know your weaknesses, your shortcomings, your strengths, and what you're about and who you represent each and every day, you don't need to compare yourself to anyone else. Again, it goes back to the first point that we had, because you have your own unique story. You're your own individual person, and we need to tap into that authentic side that is only individualized to you. That's a space where, if you live from that, that's where you'll find true peace and fulfillment, and that's where you'll start making and executing on fucking better actions to improve your lifestyle. And that's when you'll truly step into your power as a man, right? The fourth bullet point I have is forget about other people's results. Forget about everyone else's results. They do not concern you. You don't have any say in what people do. The only say that you have is with yourself. You cannot dictate anyone else's life or results or what they do, right? You can only dictate your own results. So you have to put full energy on yourself, full focus on yourself, right? And understand the life that you've lived. If you want to get in the best shape you possibly fucking can, you cannot do that by watching other people's life. You have to fully invest yourself in yourself and see what you're getting up to. What action steps can you improve upon? What beliefs can you build? It goes a lot deeper than just looking a certain way. We really need to build and concern ourselves with developing a mentality and mindset, because it's our beliefs what shape us, right? And if we're not ready to really focus on that, then we're going to be caught in the same cycle. But forget everyone else's results. What results are you getting? How can you produce better results in your life? How can you find your own peace, your own happiness? And start focusing on that. Again, if you don't focus on this, that's when we start giving our energy out to the wrong things. Now, the next point I have is, when it comes to your own fitness results, right, I need you truly to factor in your own unique lifestyle, right? What I mean by this is, if you're constantly scrolling on social media every day, all you're going to be seeing is people with fucking 8-packs that are ripped, that are in elite shape, right? And you'll start to compare yourself and think, why can I not get in that shape? The reason that you think that is because, number one, your environment is filled up with a false reality. Your environment's filled with your phone and always constantly social media, so you think everyone's in fantastic shape. But the people that you're seeing online who are in that elite shape, they are full-time athletes. They are people who literally do that for a living. They don't have to work. They might not have families. They might not have kids. They might not have like the priorities that you have. And so there's no point really comparing yourself to people that you see online, because we don't know, again, their lifestyle. They might have more of an advantage when it comes to developing health and fitness than you. So again, that's why it's so important to really factor in your own unique lifestyle when it comes to your results. And again, that goes to any area of your life. No one's lived your life. No one has your life set up. No one lives the way that you live. So when it comes to achieving your own individual results, there's no point comparing. Yes, we can get inspiration from other people, and this is why we're on here speaking today. I'm here to try and give you the knowledge so you can kind of utilize it. But you're your own person, and your results are going to be determined by you and no one else. So have kind of understand awareness where you're putting your energy. And if you are spending so much time on your phone, it's going to be conditioning your mind in a bad way for a false expectations and reality. Now, I'm not saying you can't get phenomenal results. I'm saying you're going to get the best fucking results that you possibly can. Now, the next thing is, mostly all the things that you see online, it's complete bullshit, to be honest with you. So again, go back to social media. You're seeing all these elite athletes in shape. That's because they're elite athletes and they live that way. So try not be concerned about how they look, and just focus on your own journey and getting the best shape that you possibly can. It's vitally important, right? The next point I'm speaking on when it comes to the comparison trap is, try and focus on being authentically you, right down to the T. Be real with yourself first before you can be real with anyone else, right? We need to develop that character and that integrity within inside ourselves to bring out that authenticity and to be our real version. There was a point in my life, right, where I was kind of moving around in a chaotic state, right? I was drinking, I was taking drugs, I was hanging around with the wrong people, I was hiding away from life, I was in a bad fucking spot. And in that state that I was living in, I was not my real self. I was not being authentically me. I was falling into the traps that other people maybe wanted me to fall into. And as soon as I started working on myself and really finding my own individual strengths and finding out what I enjoy and following my passions and working on what I truly wanted, that's when I had the strength to build the confidence to do things like this and bring out that authentic side. When you bring out that authentic side, you will get better opportunities, your mindset will be clearer, you'll have a clearer perspective, and you'll make better decisions. And this goes into any area of your life. If it's your health, your fitness, your social life, your business life, your working life. But the key is to be real and bring out that authentic side, and we can only do that through challenging ourselves and really find out who you are. You're not going to do that by sitting on the couch each and every day. To really find out who you are, you're going to have to put yourself through the paces. You're going to have to select an objective that's going to push you outside your comfort zone. You're going to have to take daily fucking action on something that you truly want. Again, it's just about selecting what it is you want and really going after it with the intricate details and using your own lifestyle that you have to bring that about, right? But bring that authentic side out. I guarantee you that you'll get the results that you truly want. Now, the last point on the comparison trap, man, is own your path, right? And I want you to really ask yourself before I end this live here is, where have you been comparing yourself to other people or other men in your life? Have you been comparing yourself with our men, with the way you look, with your work, with your income, with how you present yourself, with the way you communicate, with the way you dress? Like, what areas have you been comparing yourself with other people? And I want you to be real and honest with yourself. And if you have been comparing yourself with other men, I want you to fucking own your path and understand that no one is going to have the same story that you have. No one can live the fucking life that you live in a billion years. It's only you who can live that life. And I really want you to dive deep on the things that you have in your life and understand fully the amount of work that you've put in over the past few years, through all the pain, all the fucking challenge, and the fact you're still standing here now. But you have to own your story and you have to bring out that authentic side. And once we compare ourselves to other people, we are giving so much of our energy away that we will never get back. Now, men, that's all the points that I want to cover today. Like I said, I want to try and do these live streams every Saturday on topics of that I've got down my laptop. Or if you have any ideas of anything you want me to speak on, then again, just comment or message me directly on WhatsApp, on Instagram, or anything along those lines. I'm happy to kind of speak on the topics that you want to hear, because again, this community group is for yous, and we're here to kind of give you the knowledge and help you understand that there's more to it than just getting in shape. There's more to it than just going to the gym 2 or 3 times a week. If you want to fucking lead your life, right, and be the best possible man that you possibly can be, there's some boxes and areas that we're going to have to tick, right? And learning about yourself is one of them, right? The reason that we are different and the reason that we do things different is because we're coming from an authentic way and a way that speaks truth. We are here to help you and explain to you that getting in shape is fucking fantastic, but we want to be able to get in the best shape mentally as well. This means leveling up our character. This means building our integrity. This means building our discipline, making better decisions throughout the day that's going to help with us getting in the best possible shape. Because it's not just about getting in shape for 8 or 10 weeks. We want to be able to be in the best shape that we can for a long-term basis and really solidify that long-term lifestyle. Because if we're just in shape for 4, 5, 6 weeks and we're out of shape for the rest of the year, then what standards are you truly living from? Now, man, I'm going to end that live here. Again, any questions, just pop it in the comment section below or message me directly. And I think this live stream will be up for the next 30 days. And it will be with all the live streams that we do. And yeah, make sure you check the video that we have coming out tomorrow, because it will have a lot of information and knowledge. But yeah, cheers for your time and I'll see you soon. Cheers.